Thank you all. It's so nice to be able to join you when it's not the New Year celebration. And I always feel so at home with all of you in the Iranian American community. Some of you may know that my husband is a Lebanese American. And when I see the grape leaves on the table, you know, I feel like I'm my mother-in-law's. So. Senator Menendez said it very well. The threat from Tehran has never been clearer or the stakes higher. As the people of Iran continue to confront the regime, Iran's influence and reach is evident. Iran and its proxy and partner militias throughout the Middle East are seeking every opportunity to support Hamas, Hezbollah, other terrorist organizations, and to undermine the United States and our allies. The devastating attacks by Hamas terrorists against the Israeli people on October 7th demonstrate the destructive power of that Iranian support. And in just the last 10 days, 24 U.S. troops have been hurt, and military installations in Iraq and Syria have come under attack by Iran-backed groups. In the West Bank, the Iran-backed Lion's Den is stoking unrest and violence. And Lebanese Hezbollah is attacking civilian and military infrastructure in the north of Israel and destabilizing Lebanon. I believe this is a clear and coordinated effort by Iran to undermine the security of the United States, to undermine our allies in the region, and it is unacceptable. You all know this very well. Tehran is not interested in peace. The regime in Iran is only interested in self-preservation, which is why it seeks to oppress its own people and sow discord abroad. It is a common theme in authoritarian countries. These regimes distract from the crimes committed against their own people by instigating terrorism and war elsewhere. Like Iranians fighting against the brutality and oppression of the regime in Tehran, the people of Ukraine are fighting for their very existence. And there is a connection here, and I think we've got to call this out. I know you all are great advocates, and that's why I want to raise this with you this afternoon. Because for the last year and a half, Ukraine has been on the front lines of the same fight for democracy that Iranians have been waging for decades. And it is a fight that we cannot afford to let Ukraine lose, because that fight is for democracy everywhere, including in Iran. They are watching whether we can continue to stay together and support democracy, be that in Ukraine or in Iran. If we retreat when the war is not yet won, Moscow, Tehran, Beijing, others will doubt our commitment to our partners. It's why we must continue to support our democratic allies, such as those in Ashraf III in Albania. No one better understands the reach of the Iranian regime or what is required to resist their malign influence than our friends in Ashraf III who are carrying on that fight against authoritarianism. We must continue to support them. And to fully confront the Iranian threat, we must stand with our friends, be they in Israel, in Ukraine, or in Ashraf III. Wherever Iran attempts to subvert stability, democracy, and human rights, the United States must be there. And I want to ask for your help right now, because you may know that we have gotten a request to pass an appropriation to help continue the fight in Ukraine, to help continue the fight against Hamas and terrorism. And we need to show the world that we are in this fight, we are going to stick together, and we are going to get this funding passed, because our enemies are seeking to divide us and to undermine our support for continuing this fight. So your help is going to be really important. We can't defend against Ukraine and Hamas and Ukraine and Israel and ignore the opposition. Iran continues to supply Russia with lethal weapons. To defeat Hamas and push back Putin's army, we must reckon with Iran. And as you all know, if we're going to address human rights in Iran itself, we have got to defeat their aggressive ambitions throughout the Middle East. Hamas, with Iranian support, is trying to divide us. We are not going to let that happen. The United States must always stand with the people fighting authoritarianism, be it in Ukraine or Iran. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for your hard work, for fighting for freedom in Iran and all around the world. I hope to continue to join you in that fight.